guess what? We're on our way to another drift day. I know I've been cramming them in recently. I've got another one in like a week as well. But the more practice, the better. You know, I need to improve. And speaking of improving, nice little segue there. This day that I'm going to go do right now, well, tomorrow, is it's more of an instructional day, I guess you call it, rather than a normal drift day. I think you could treat it as a normal drift day if you want. I hope you can hear me. Again, these solid transmission mounts are fucking ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, the drift day tomorrow is run by Flatout Factory, and like I say, it's more of a sort of instructional day. I think you can just turn up and treat it as a normal drift day if you want, but you're kind of paying for the option to have an instructor come in with you and like give you tips. And I'm hoping as well they'll also help me sort of set the car up a little bit, because I've just winged it with most of the settings on like the suspension, the compression, the rebound, the adjustable anti-roll bars, all that sort of stuff. I don't really know what I'm doing. Oh, and one other thing as well, I've also got wider tyres now. All these tyres behind me are 235 tyres rather than 215 that I've been using normally. I've kind of realised that I think like I got used to just having a lot of power and no grip, which is great for like starting a drift. It makes it really easy to initiate drifts, but to actually like do higher speed drifts and like have a bit more control and not be just constantly hitting the limiter as well, I think I need a bit more grip. So with all that said, let's make our way down there. It's at Teesside, by the way. I've not mentioned that. It's at Teesside. I've done one drift day there before and it was really good, so hopefully this one will be good as well. But yeah, let's make our way down there and do some skids. Right, so we've made it to Teesside, as you can tell. That's not my trailer in front. That is Adam from 621. He's also here. If you've not checked out his channel yet, I'll put a link in the description, but I bet most of you watching this probably already know him. So far, just done one little session just to kind of get used to the track again. It's soaking wet at the moment, and it feels like driving on ice. So yeah, I might have to lower the tyre pressures a bit further. I feel kind of rusty, but I think it's just because I've not drifted in like soaking wet conditions for a while. But hopefully it'll dry out towards the end of the day. So yeah, go do another little practice and then hopefully get an instructor in, and they can tell me how terrible I am.
push you out of the tires.
I was just worried that more power is just going to make me spin.
And what will happen? Okay, so this is the back corner. Okay, you went like this, and your car transition is going.
Yeah, that way.
If you're pressing on the power, if you'll spin out, it will do this.
Yeah.
And if you're not spinning out, it's going to push you forward.
Yeah.
If you're actually lifting off, it's going to go backwards. Okay, so always power in.
Never lift.
Never lift, man. Never. When you initiate, you go straight back to power, which I understand why. You need to car to drive. I would actually do another nip on the handbrake, if that makes sense, because pushing, once you press on the power, it's pushing you outwards. Whereas at that point, you still want to make the car turn in, if that makes sense.
Grip a bit, so just a little bit, and then
boom, and then continue.
I always felt like that's kind of cheating using handbrake.
Not in that context. That's the thing.
Okay.
One thing I would like you to change: the entry to the first corner. So you do that back corner, and then you enter. Enter really shallow. Continue a little bit on the handbrake to go wider out. It allows you to go back to power faster.
Otherwise you're doing like a full 180 turn, like instantly.
That's it.
This is Chris. I've put his channel down already.
I bet you haven't. I bet you're going to be a cunt and just...
I'm going to edit you out of the whole video.
Just blur my face out, edit all the links out.
I'm going to put Danny's head on yours.
Danny DC who?
Danny DC who. So what sort of power is this running?
About 330, something like that.
So your car is running 330. I only know that because I just asked you off camera right now.
You follow me, don't you? You know everything.
I do follow you. I am subscribed, but you'll know we all know the trouble of trying to keep up with every YouTube video ever.
I only watch 621.
Oh,
Pay me.
That's such a lie.
I've seen like 3 videos.
Well, I hope you liked those 3 videos.
I did.
Right, worst passenger in the world. Here we go.
Worst driver in the world.
No, you're not.
Let's go. You wait. Fucking hell. So we just stopped for lunch. This is going to be the first few laps after lunch, and it's fucking rained again all through lunch. It was just starting to dry out, but now it's like ice again. I've just done 1 lap, span straight away. So we'll see how we go this time.
doing good now, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's looking good.
It's fucking slippery.
It is slippery. I think there's a bit of oil.
Yeah, there is.
Earlier.
Yeah.
It's just a bit iffy here and there, but
I'm getting
you're doing that line.
Yeah,
Sweet line. So good, well done.
Cool, cheers for the tips. And this is Monky London. Alright, I think I'm going to do one more lap and then call it a day. Because the oil pressure is getting ridiculously low. And there's only 10 minutes left of the day anyway. We've had a lot of runs. So let's go final lap. And then we'll go start packing up. Alright, it's time for that bit at the end of the video where I talk for way too long and everyone probably gets bored, but I'll try and keep it brief this time. I mean, I basically just wanted to say that it was a really good day, that we got loads of seat time. Like, it was insane. You could just literally keep going round and round most of the time. I think the biggest queue all day was 3 cars, which, like, at a normal drift day, that's like tiny queue. But yeah, it was ridiculous the amount of seat time that we got. To the point where I think I stayed out a bit too long and the car was kind of just overheating quite a bit. But yeah, hopefully we've not done any damage there. The oil pressure was getting really low. Like, it always gets a bit low, but this time it was really low. So yeah, I did leave a little bit earlier than I wanted to, because I just thought, let's look after the car. But yeah, no, it was really good. I did have 2 separate instructors in with me. I only filmed one of them, unfortunately, which is obviously the clips that you've seen. The GoPro battery died just before Martin, the second instructor, just before he got in. They both the instructors gave me a lot of good tips on, like, the lines to take. That was one thing that I never really thought about for quite a while. I was just like concentrating on just linking the whole track up, like not really thinking about where I'm doing it on the track. Just as long as I link it up, then I'm doing well. But that's not really the case. Like, there's definitely some optimum lines and some things that make it a lot easier, and some sort of grippier parts of the track and that sort of thing. So yeah, they gave me a lot of good tips on that, and I did feel like I improved on that a lot towards the end of the day. Hopefully that shows, but I don't know, you might all still think I'm shit. And there was also a couple of other YouTubers there. There was Monky London turned up right at the end of the day, and Adam from 621, who you'll have seen, I took out for a ride. He was there. He's not done many drift days, but he's doing pretty well, to be honest. Although he did have a couple of crashes, which I was taking the piss out of him for. He did have a few little run-ins with the tyre wall, but apart from that, he was doing well. I went out as a passenger with him for a couple of laps, and no, he was doing well. But yeah, real nice guy. Same for Monky London as well. It was nice to finally meet him. I can't believe we've never bumped into each other at any other drift days or anything. Like, it's kind of weird. He's done loads of drift days last year, and I did loads last year. We were never at the same ones. But yeah, nice to chat to him. And like I mentioned in a previous video, he's going to be doing a little video on the GT86 soon. Hopefully he doesn't crash it. He's promised me he won't. Other people have told me not to believe that promise, but we'll see. So yeah, like I said, I've talked for way too long. Again, I always do this. But yeah, it was a great day. Can't wait to do another one with Flatout Factory. And yeah, whatever the next video ends up being, I will see you there.